So you've done the work, you've gotten away from the narcissist. I know I was there. And then I just felt like, there was something undone. There was something that I was still waiting on. And a lot of people feel this way. So what are they feeling? Why are they, what are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? Well, one of the things they're waiting for is an apology from the narcissist that everything they did was wrong. So let's talk about that and deconstruct it and get back on track. So part of that waiting for an apology is like, if they give us an apology, then it's okay for us to start healing or fully heal, or like the permission is given to them to fully let us heal. And it's not, it's given to us. We just have to move on from that. The reason for this is that our mind still wants somebody, especially the narcissist would be great, to validate our reality. That all that craziness that they said wasn't happening and wasn't real and it was all our fault and blah, 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 right, really was wrong and really didn't happen. And everything that we felt, we really felt, and everything that we went through, we really did go through. That's what we're hoping. We're hoping, our brain and our nervous system hopes that somebody validates that portion of our reality. And the narcissist, they're never going to do that. And then a part of us is also like, we felt that the narcissist dumped all this weight on us that we didn't ask for, and we're hoping that they'll apologize and take all that weight back off of us. And that's how our mind is looking for that, looking for them to take that back, like they should do. Or maybe they should, morally they should, right? But they are so disordered, that's never going to happen. And it's also this trap of hope. By giving up hope that they'll apologize means that you're going to give up hope that they really are as bad as they seem to be. They really are as reprehensible. So that aspect that you might have loved about them is false, fake, or yeah, and that anything nice about them is not real, because they really, really, really didn't care about you. Not if they don't apologize, right? We're putting that on them. So let's put that in a box here and see, right, and move on to the next thing. So what would an apology, a great apology for us, look like? Well, we're all hoping for the cinematic breakdown of the narcissist to be, oh, I'm so sorry for everything that I've done for you and how I destroyed your life and all the arguments and all the terrible things I've said to you and done to you. Sorry. Probably never going to get that. And if you do get that, they'll backtrack it or make like it never happened the next day, or even totally deny that it did happen, right? The narcissist is always in this mental battlefield, and they always feel put upon by life, like dangerously put upon by life. So if they do get to the point where they break down and are emotionally vulnerable, they'll cover that up as soon as they can, as soon as they get back into their narcissistic headspace, because they feel that it's a threat. They feel threatened to be vulnerable and normal, right? Normal people are normally feel threatened, but not the narcissist. They feel like it's a dangerous situation to be in, and they'll cover that up as much as they can. This is why you're never actually going to get the cinematic drama, throwing themselves down on the floor, throwing themselves down at your feet, begging your forgiveness. It's not going to happen, right? So sometimes they do apologize, but two things. There's always a but. First of all, there's always a but with a narcissist, right? Two things. One thing is, yes, like I said, if they do apologize, they'll just backtrack it and say, they'll try and cover up for that fact. Or it'll be transactional. So it'll be a fake apology. They'll say, yes, I apologize for this, but you have to do this, and we're going to have to do that. No, 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 no. Now, if you're apologizing, you're saying you're sorry, and it means you will never do it again. There's no buts, there's no transactions. There's no, I have to pay you. Why would I have to transaction with somebody and something that was done wrong to me, right? If somebody just walked up on the street and started screaming in your face and told you that you have to pay them $10 now for them to stop, that's not normal behavior. That's not moral. That's not correct. And the narcissist shouldn't be doing that either. And a lot of narcissists also use apologies to manipulate people. They'll do it in the therapist's office, right? They'll fake coming to Jesus moments so they can manipulate the therapist and manipulate the therapy and then come back to manipulating the home once again, right? Classic narcissism. And for this come home to Jesus apology and true remorse, right? It would take a lot of empathy and self-awareness, and they just don't have it. And some of them, they literally don't have it. Their brains are not wired like that. They may have been wired like that when they were born or ready to be wired like that, but because of the circumstances they went through, it's over. It's done. They just don't have it in them anymore. Some narcissists could be on their deathbed and they will not apologize for a single word they said, and it was all horribly wrong. They just don't have it in them. It's not a moral thing. It's just a wiring thing at some point. So if they don't have the empathy and ability to look at themselves, how are they ever going to get to a point where they can have a decent apology? We're expecting something that is unreasonable, honestly. And if we need them to apologize, then they have the key to our happiness. We definitely don't want that. They shouldn't have the key to anything in our heads, much less the big kahuna, our happiness, right? You don't want that. No, it's not up to them on how you feel. And so you have to take that back. You have to take that back. Whether they apologize or not has no bearing on your life. And I got that in my life when I said I was done. I was just done with the narcissist and everything they were about. I didn't care if they apologized or whatever they said, did, whatever happened. I didn't care. It was off. Yeah, I was done. And that comes into my next point. You might have to drop charges on them. We get into the religious headspace kind of with forgiveness. And maybe we should be in the legal headspace, right? With guilty and not guilty and acquitted and just drop charges. That's what we should be doing, I think, with the narcissist. Just drop charges. It doesn't mean that they're innocent, right? Right. But you're just done with it. You've gotten, you want to get on with your life. And it's like that in some legal cases, right? People just want to get on with their life. It's not worth going back and proving how guilty they are. You want to move on with your life. That's what you want, right? You want to move on with your happiness. You want to find your goals and be more of a person that you used to be, perhaps. But, and so this whole thing, it just isn't worth it anymore. And you can't wait for them to validate who you are and what you felt. You won, okay? You were right. And that's all you need to know. They don't need to say that you were right. Because that's what you're waiting for when you're waiting for an apology. Your feelings are enough. If you were hurt by the narcissist, then you were hurt by the narcissist. You don't need them to apologize for it. I wanted the apology. I sort of got an apology when my narcissist was on the deathbed. And I had gotten actual dramatic apologies with tears and the whole thing that the narcissist redialed back, right, the next day, right? You don't need a narcissist's signature on the truth to have it be true. The fact that you felt it is enough. They have nothing to do with it anymore. See, and this is breaking away from the narcissist, breaking away from all their nonsense and needing them for anything. You don't want to need them for anything. Nobody should have to need them for anything, because whenever the narcissist comes in, so does the nonsense, so does the gaslighting, so does all the drama and all the other stuff. You got to break them off at every step and cut every cord to them within yourself to get peace. And I got through it, but I learned that the day you realize that you don't care whether they apologize or realize that they hurt you or realize how badly they hurt, when you don't care about any of that, when it's just more important for you to be done with this, then it's good. It's over, because then you don't need them anymore. You just need you and to move on. And that's when I moved on. And honestly, everything changed after that. The narcissist changed their behavior. The narcissist wasn't long before the narcissist changed their behavior to the point of where they couldn't live anymore. They didn't listen to me, right? Do these things so you can your health can be better. No, narcissist always knows better, right? And that fixed the situation. The narcissist isn't here anymore. Okay. I didn't kill anybody. It was all about drinking water. The narcissist just had to drink the water, and the narcissist did not want to do that. Oh, I got a snooze button. Let me hit that. See, I'm okay with hitting the snooze button. The narcissist wouldn't be. The narcissist, they just don't. If it isn't what they exactly want, they're not okay with it at all. And once I got past that, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm good. And then I cut all these little bonds to the narcissist, internally, emotional, mental, psychological. And then, I don't know, I was just better. Little by little. I mean, I'm still struggling with it. The apology that I wanted never came, but I got somewhat of an apology on my narcissist's deathbed. I kind of knew where it was going, but it wasn't exact wording. You know, it was like, I'm sorry for ruining your whole life, and you'll be really, really lucky if you get that. But that's it, you know. Yeah. So don't hang your hat on the narcissist. Don't wait for this signature to sign off on an apology and that you felt what you felt and you hurt like you hurt. Because they're not going to do it. You take that all back to yourself, and we move on with our lives, and we move back, we thrive back to who we really are. Okay, people, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, have a great week, and let's get over the narcissist like they were never there.